Okay, welcome. Full English, episode 7. We've been away for a little bit, but we're back, hopefully, with a new strategy, new tactics. I've decided to...
Like Liverpool.
Well, you definitely need it. I've decided to enlist the help of artificial intelligence for this week's betting strategy, because at this moment in time, every single person I pick, without doubt, fucking blows the brains out in the first 15 minutes and causes absolute carnage for my coupon. I've had keepers running into people getting sent off. I've had teams going 3-0 down. You name it, it's happened to me on a Saturday. In the midst of that, I still think there's a different strategy. So, like all good tacticians, Charles Darwin's theory of the most adaptable, I've decided to enlist ChatGPT and probe it and ask it some questions. Where I got to was, here's the fixtures are quite fancy. Have a look at them, see what you think. It came back with some stuff I didn't particularly think.
Yeah.
I put 20 fixtures through it from the Saturday, Sunday of all Europe. All the games I'm going to sit and either watch or I think are interesting games. So we'll crack on through them to give you a bit of an idea in where my brain is. But also, I've then narrowed it down into 2 slightly separate bets using some investment strategies from some of the world's greatest investors, cross-reference with ChatGPT. So I might have found the formula, I might not. We'll find out.
Probably not.
3:15 on Saturday, maybe quarter to 5.
Yeah, maybe 3:05.
I've lost all faith in it anyway. When I seen Celtic's goal, I must start with it. I don't know whether you've seen Celtic's goal last night.
Do you know what? When we talk about corruption in the game, if you put 1,000 men in a room of footy fans and say, re-watch that video, watch that replay, does that hit his hand or his head? 999 people will say that's hit his head. So how can a VAR in a room? It's not Stockley Park up there, is it?
No, it's be UEFA, won't it?
Oh, it's be UEFA. So how can a qualified human, a qualified referee, look at that replay and overrule the decision? Not just stand with the on-field decision. If the referee gave it on-field, they should be overruling it and saying it's hit his head.
Yeah, what's the point in it?
They've overruled the on-field decision and give it handball. It's it's corruption for me. You can say what you want. I think that's corruption.
Well, when you've got to look at it, and I mean, it's Celtic, so that the night of the actual game, Celtic have held the banner up. I just want to get this because I wrote it down just so I get the wording right. Celtic have held the banner up saying UEFA is complicit in genocide by allowing Israel, by normalising Israel, kick them out. All right, so yeah. And it's that night. I know they're playing Braga, so I'm like, all right, well that Green Brigade at Celtic is quite politicised, pro-Palestinian, etc., because of the kind of collaboration between the Irish struggle and the Palestinian struggle. And Celtic obviously are very vocal on that. You often see Palestine flags at Celtic games, much since it's become quite fashionable now.
Yeah.
But way before that, even when I was up there, that was going on. And you have to look at it and go, that goal would have made it 1-1 when Iheanacho scores just after our time. You'd make a strong point for Celtic to go on and win the game there. As it was, they end up it's disallowed. I couldn't see for the love of me why. And there's no screen in the stadium, and he doesn't give the explanation. And then Braga end up winning the game 2-0. If you're a Celtic fan there, you're like, as you know from a Liverpool fan, straight away you're like, these are against us, as you were when anything happens in the Palace game. Liverpool are seeing you going, and obviously the Celtic fans here are going to be irate this morning because that's at least a point, if not 3, that they could have got at home, and they're now looking like that the European competition's going to end relatively early.
That one decision, which again you go back to, it's either incompetence or it's corruption, and it's one or the other.
All right, and then we must stay in Scotland. We'll stay in Scotland. We'll get back to the Scottish betting scene because there's a couple of little bets I like in Scotland. But we'll get back because obviously Russell Nonsense has got beat again. I watched the game live just so he couldn't come out with any nonsense. And then I listened to his interview after the game. And honestly, I've never just laughed more to go, you are a fucking fraud. So absolutely fraudulent man, full of shit. He's talking about how good they were and all that, and I'm going, Jack Butland was man of the match. I watched the game.
So your opinion on that game, your manager's eye on that game, what's going wrong with Rangers? What are they doing wrong tactically? Or is it a personnel? Or what?
So the manager isn't qualified or hasn't got a clue to deal with what's coming down the track to him. all right, and he just keeps putting a word salad in. He is the male equivalent of Kamala Harris running for president. It's just nonsense when you listen to him. Like the first goal you can see, Tavernier takes a throw, right? He throws it into the middle of the pitch on the diag, and the wide open ready to play. So they lose the first contact. When the second ball lands, the wide open, both centre halves are split wide apart. Suter can't get there, the lad nips him. It's like what basic 101. Like if you're away from home in Europe, you do not do this. You stay in the game, you stay tight, you make it hard, you make it fucking difficult, compact. And you try and pick them off on the counter. This coming from managing Swansea, where he was poor. MK Dons, where he had a good little spell with some players above the level, but they didn't actually do anything. They never actually got promoted. Southampton, where they came out the league and got promoted into the worst Prem team in the thing, where he was in the dressing room at half time when they were getting beat by Ange, post nonsense commentary. Have you seen this fella? The new fella, the English version of Angie Nonsense Pogalu. What's his name? Nonsense post match nonsense Postecoglou.
Ange not got a clue.
Not got a clue. We'll get to him, but it's the same dance of they think that people they're relying on loads of people to listen to their interview who haven't watched a fucking minute of the game or have just flicked over the highlights, because they realise football fans now on the whole are that lazy, and as long as you keep the lazy majority on side and you keep the press on side by not saying anything too controversial, like not just calling a player out and saying, by the way, he's shit, he's a cunt, which you can't do. So eventually you see a manager, they've got to blame somebody, because only so many times you go, I played brilliant there. Just got to work on the mentality of the group, the group's mentality. Well, you keep conceding goals that early in the game, which would point at what? The warm-up being wrong, your preparation being wrong, because all of a sudden, if you conceded 2 goals early, you're off plan. Your plan that you had is not survive the contact with the enemy because you're 2 goals down or a goal down early. So that says whatever plan you keep getting, Russell, with your think tank is wrong, because every fucking game you're finding yourself behind. And then, because you've got superior players, you might be able to get a draw or come back and get a late win. But every single time you send this team out with your plan, it fucking goes drastically wrong, and then we're off plan and we're trying to get a result. Then you come out and go, it might be the mentality of the players. The mentality's not right here, and you're going, shut up, you're the problem. Yeah. So there's players in that dressing room who are the problem. There's loads of lads in that dressing room, and I don't want to get here and name names with them because they're fucking dead easy to point out, but everyone knows who they are. They know who they are. Russell Martin knows who they are, but he hasn't had the bollocks to get them out the team, or he hasn't had the windows to get them out the team. Now I would argue, as I did when he got the job, he ain't the man for Rangers, because he fucking talks shit. He talks nonsense. He's not a Rangers man. He's got no connection with Glasgow Rangers, and I just do not get what they were thinking. And also, by the way, Kevin Thirlwell, who's come from Everton, who've been crap, and gone to Rangers, and since he's gone, they've been crap, because you live and die on your recruitment of players and staff. At some point, the buck's got to stop with him. And I see him this week, I don't know whether this is true, he just appointed his son as a scout. Oh yeah, Kev, that's the way. Yeah. Proper nepotism is the way out of. I'll tell you what, because he's just thinking, right, when I get sacked, at least we're getting 2 fucking severance checks through the fucking post. Nonsense pottery everywhere. And when I see you, I'll call it out, because as you've realised at this point in time, I do not give a fuck. I have no allegiance to everybody. HMRC of podcast, I'm having you, one of the best podcasts out there. Make sure you go and follow him. He's just pulling everyone up for being baldy tires, saying, sorry mate, you talk shit, you never played against him. It was 7 years later. Stop lying, because the waffle I see in footy is ridiculous, and thankfully we've got somebody holding to account. It's not just only us. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of Scotland until we tell you what bets we're coming back in for. We've got
breaking news at the minute. I don't know how breaking it is, but the England squad's announced, and the best player in the world has been left out. How do you feel about that?
I don't believe this. I think we're being clickbait there. So let me just get through our
Jackie boy Grealish has been left out.
I see that as a positive for us. Freshen him up.
Best player in the world, though.
He's best player in the world. He's the best player in the Premier League at the minute. Let's be honest. Bellingham left out, though.
You're not wrong. He won the player of the
Foden, Bellingham, Wharton, and Grealish left out.
Jordan Henderson's in.
You know my thoughts on Tom
playing well.
He played better last time, though.
He's not playing better than Wharton. He's not playing better than Wharton. He's not.
Do you know what?
I
don't think the English manager should be German. The more I thought about it, he's got to be an Englishman. So
yeah, I'm not too bothered about that.
Look, I'm not going to get invested massively in Tommy Tuchel. I hope he does well, because Baz and that on the staff. But you know what? I'm not really. I'm not really confident. I haven't seen what I've seen. I think the minute we run into a decent side in any major comp, so I'm not even going to get me lipstick out. I'm not even going to get me dick hard here for England, because it's just going to let me down again. I'm just going to be disappointed again, and then I'm going to have to. So that's it, done it twice.
See, that's why you should be
Champions. They won more. And you're like, fuck off.
Be a Liverpool fan and not really be that arsed.
Then we have to listen to them go, oh, they're more successful than the men's team,
you know what? That's probably one reason why.
Aren't they way more successful? And you're like, yeah, fucking nothing. And nonsense.
To be fair, when they won, what did they win last summer?
Who knows?
Know what they won.
Who
they
cares?
won something last summer, and my first reaction was, we're never going to hear the end of this. They're going to throw it down our throats. How much better they are than us and everything. But we haven't heard much, to be honest.
We're fucking talking about them again.
I know. Okay, go on.
They should be.
No, we haven't heard much, to be fair.
Keeping them off our finger, yo. So in the Prem this week, obviously, big game, I believe, is Newcastle against Notts Forest. Because if you don't know whether you heard this week, that they lost to FC Midtjylland, which is Brentford's B team, pretty much. Brentford feeder team have beaten Notts Forest. All right, Brentford never qualified for Europe last year, Forest did. They subsequently sacked the manager, who was obviously a huge part of the resurgence, as well as the players. They've now appointed a manager who won a cup, all right, but pretty much was disastrous in the league. 16th position, constantly getting players injured, constantly waffling shit. And within 6 games, I said, could he get them relegated a while back? And we're like, the fans are now singing, you're getting sacked in the morning too.
We literally, about 2 weeks ago, we said Forest could get relegated.
Even I didn't think he'd be that shit though. I'm like, I know he's shit because he failed up, but didn't think he'd be that shit. I thought he'd had like at least someone to go. But the players I've been in them dressing rooms, and when he walks in, you just go, they finished 16th last year. We finished 6th. Yeah. Who the fuck's this guy? Why are we getting this fucking miserable Australian clowning who holds a mad eye line when we've been sitting to counter? Why are we getting this fella in?
The thing is with Ange, I quite like it. That's the bottom line is, but I quite like him because I think he was quite like a
what's to like about him, man?
I just liked him. In his press, as a person, he came across different.
I don't care.
In his press conference, he brought something fresh to like the telly, and I liked him. But then he hasn't performed well, so you can't give him jobs based on his performance. You've got to go back to the drawing board.
So hang on a sec. So if,
I didn't mind him.
All right, I'm in the thing of finance here. So if I'm your financial advisor, or I look after your money, and you keep coming in, you go, right, I had 100 grand there, I've just banked with you, and I go, yeah, hey, fucking hell, I've only got 80 for you this week. And you go, fucking, he's a good lad, him though, come back the next week. I go, hey, fucking hell, mate, fucking hell. I've only got 60 for you this week. Fucking hell, mate, lost all your money. You're going, come on. It's fucking Ange, he's one of the lads. I'm going, no, he's shit, he's lost all my money. Fucking get out now. Let's have it right here. He's failed up. And I was saying, how do you pick somebody? Because don't forget, the yin and the yang that we've all got, the good voice and the bad voice inside. Ange's fucking voice is going, hey, mate, you haven't got a fucking clue, mate. Time to fuck off back down under, mate. Or fucking back to Asia, mate. I ain't got a fucking Scooby-Doo. And these have all fucking worked you out, mate.
The Glaswegian one was best. That was like a semi-cockney, that one.
But that's what Ange, by the way, little Ange inside of him. Little Ange, you're fucking right. He hasn't got a Scooby-Doo. I told you, he's a chameleon. Celtic hire chameleons, copy and paste merchants, and you can get away with it. But when you get in the big league, and you get to the big time, and you hit that top 10, top 12, now maybe even top 14 in the Prem, you best have solution A, B, C, D. And if you're going to win anything, E, F, and fucking G. And if you haven't, unfortunately, you're in the Serengeti and the lions are going to eat you. And fucking hell, being a nice guy. Sorry, nice guys finish last and get F first. Ange, you're fucked, mate. Get yourself back down. You needed to have a little bit of a timeout. Park your ego. Timeout. Yeah. It's different for Nuno because Nuno's done a successful job where he's fell out with the owner, right? Yeah. So Nuno knows his fucking strategy and techniques work for the league. Alright, so he's going, listen, he's going to pick up where I left off here. David Sullivan's too busy getting his little fucking shoe mate licked to even worry, but he's going, I'm in safe hands here. Nuno will keep West Ham up, which he will. Mm-hmm. Alright, the flip side of that, Ange post-match nonsense.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what I'm calling him now. Not Postecoglou, post-match nonsense, because he started waffling. Where they're singing, your new owners have got, your new fans, your new People who are meant to lift you and carry you on the shoulders are singing, "You're getting sacked in the morning," right? And he's going, nothing surprised me in football, mate. Nothing. I'm going, well, that should surprise you, because that's saying you are proper shit. Fucking do one. Get out the city ground now, sharpish. You fucking donut.
That's nuts.
All right. Now you can blag that not hating you all you want, but sit and think about Ange coming in. He's been legged out of Spurs despite winning a European competition. All right, because no one cares about cups. It's about league performance. You can win the odd cup here and there, but it's about how you do week in, week out in the big league. Then he gets a fucking, because of the Greek connection, he's fucking rubbed fucking Maradonakis' fucking nipples in some fucking thing and kissed a bit of ass. Then he's got a fucking, right, I'll tell you what, he'll do what I tell him to do, because he's fucking kissed me ass there over dinner, and he's half Greek, so get yourself in there, and now you're going to do as I tell you to do, and we're going to play this expansive version of football. Right, because an egomaniac and a billionaire like Maranakis thinks, I'll just sort that, no problem. So he comes in, but what he's done is he's hired someone who hasn't had time to evaluate what went right and what went wrong at Tottenham, why he failed, why all his players were injured. When you fail, Eddie Howe was the perfect example of it. He did incredible at Bournemouth, then it failed, he got relegated, and he went away, and he spent a year developing what he was going to do in his next job, and he had a bit of a time out, so that when he got offered the Celtic and then the Newcastle jobs, he was ready. Ange hasn't had time to do that, and the ego of the man to think he can just because everyone likes him and he's had the fucking press on strings. The players, hear me out, the fans are already sniffed it out. The players in the dressing room are coming in, and this is how ruthless these players are. They're like, right, yeah, done your first team meeting, have you? Yeah, I've seen you on the telly, right? How are you going to make me better? How are we going to win loads of games so I can get loads of dough? And after a few games, you can see them going, oh no, this is not the fella for us. He hasn't got a fucking Scooby-Doo. Look how our defensive line is. Look at the stupid goals we're giving away left, right and centre. Ange is dead man walking. Now the problem is, I don't know what the severance is. Same as Russell fucking nonsense up there. You don't know what the severance is. Because to sack a manager, you might have had to given him a guarantee of 2 years' wages or 18-month wages if you sack him.
Yeah.
6 months is usually the severance. It can be 3 months if you don't negotiate going in strong. It can be 8, 9, 18 months. It can be 2 years. It can be 4 years. It can be the full term of the contract. It depends how strong your cards are going in. Ange won't have been mega strong because he's got fired out of a cannon and he'll have been on a decent severance at Spurs. But it must have been a good enough contract to get him to give up the Spurs deal and whatever. So he's obviously financially better off taking the Forest gig. Yeah. Now Forest could get fucking themselves in a right pickle here because they're in a tailspin. They haven't won a game since he's been there, and you know sometimes the ego of a great owner can be the thing that fucking is the dead weight around your neck that pulls you out the division. Yeah. Forest got to be careful, and a massive game for them this weekend because I think Newcastle are going to fuck them at St James's Park.
Right, I think there's some games this weekend. Looking at the fixtures, I think Sunderland United is a tricky one for United.
Of course it is. Well, any fucking game for Man U, Grimsby is a tricky one. Yeah. Like, Amarin's got to win that. Like, Sunderland are dangerous because, you know, they're a new team. They'll be enjoying, if they get beat 1 or 2-1 at Old Trafford, bad. Young team, developing.
This is at Sunderland,
with a bit of experience in there. They've got enough points on the board. Is it at Sunderland?
It's at Sunderland.
Oh, fucking hell, that's even harder for them. That might actually work for Man U. Because as mad as this sounds, Sunderland will be expected to take the game to Man U because they're vulnerable. And it might work into their hands that, you know, Man United will create chances because of how open they play. But also, you wouldn't be surprised to see Sunderland knock Man United over. Brentford has just dusted them.
I wouldn't.
If he gets beat here at Sunderland, is that the end of the road for Ruben?
No, I think he's still got that thing. He should have been gone back, in my personal opinion. I should have been bulleted by now, but I mean, I think he's going to get till Crimbo.
Can't, lad. It's the money you've got to give them. It doesn't matter who you put in there, does it? Even if you put in Jesus Christ reincarnated, comes out the sky and says, listen, I've been sent by the big fella to sort Man U's back four out here, get Man U back to the trophies.
Nah,
I think you go, Jesus, you're going to have a rocky 18-month here, you know. You're going to have to fucking work a few miracles here. But looking at because Harry Maguire's still getting picked middle centre back for you. Do you know what I mean? Casemiro's still playing in the 2 in midfield. He's still playing 3-4-3. This fella still with a greasy wig over here still thinking it's going to work.
Do you know what these fixtures, Premier League fixtures, are proper screaming to me this weekend? Score draws.
I'd fancy Arsenal to turn West Ham over, although because of Nuno I'd go, I could see West Ham having a plan to deal with them. But I think Liverpool have got a tough game against Chelsea because Liverpool are in a fucking pickle at the minute.
We're not home here. Why saying we're at home?
No, we're away.
I think Man U are at home, you know. I think they're on the other side. I think Man United are at home.
Why is it just give me that?
Because you're looking at fucking...
at home.
Lad, he's looking at the fixtures the other way round.
United at home, yeah. Fucking hell.
Arsenal are at home.
Why fixtures you upside down then?
All right, so we're looking at Chelsea, Liverpool. Interesting listening to Wayne Rooney talk about Liverpool this week. He's been really outspoken, Wayne, on a few things. One of them being Man United, saying if I was in the middle of the dressing room, or Roy Keane or Scholes, and I'm going, Keane's managed, you've managed, Scholes managed, and you've all been shit at it. Keane's had a little bit of success, the rest of you have been pony. What difference is that going to make? Because you're going to walk into the dressing room and start going, fucking hell, I was boss when I played, and they're going to go, no. Yeah, but what do you know about football? Fuck off. We know you're boss when you played.
I think what Rooney's angle on it is not the football tactical aspect. It was more of like the principles of the club. And
but that's not what they need at this moment in time. They need to train properly, and they need to learn the football tactics. And then once you start winning games and you've got something to play off, then you can start thinking about, right, can we get back to the legacy here, and can we start joining the legacy of this club? Someone going in and going, fucking hell, I used to be boss of footy, me, you know, fucking why aren't you boss of footy? Did I care about it more than yous? Get out and play better. They're going to go, yeah, that's helped us, hasn't it? Yeah, cheers for that, Wayne. Yeah, thanks for that nugget of wisdom. I tell you what, let's just butter the floor dead hard and get ourselves relegated, because that's what every team you've coached has done, just gone, oh yeah, Sam Wayne, you're a good lad, but you've taught us absolutely fucking nothing there.
Yeah,
nothing.
I still do think United need an ex-United player involved in some aspect of the club.
He's talking about what Arnie Slot should be doing now, going at Liverpool, you know, what's that? I'm going, lad, you just, with the greatest respect, Sam out here, Plymouth, reload, Derby, reload, Birmingham, reload. I'm going, steady on about Arnie Slot. He just won the league last year. Like, he's having a bit of a rough spell, first time in his tenure, but he's come from Feyenoord, which is a coaching country, Holland. He fucking knows what he's on about. Also, he's got a better baldy head than you. He's accepted the tide is coming in. He's accepted he cannot fight those universal forces and gone, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fucking make this the best polished head in the world, and he's made it. So massive respect for Arnie. Wazza, stop talking about Arnie, lad. Stick to you. Tell us what happened in your career, your ding-dongs with Alex Ferguson and that. But when it comes to footy tactics, stop telling Arnie Slot what to play. But I respect it as a player, but not as a footy coach.
No, but he wasn't really talking tactics. He was right in what he was saying. If we bought a right back and we played him right wing and we played centre mid at right back, so it's something behind the scenes.
Hang on a sec here, lad. Hang on a sec. If you've tried to be a footy manager and you're fucking shit at it, I've no interest in hearing what you've got to say. With the great respect, Shearer, shut the fuck up. You were crap when you were at Newcastle. Shut up. Next. If you just want to be a pundit and you don't like Carragher, I'll listen to you all day. Gary Neville, sorry mate, next, you shit the bed. Carragher, I'll listen to you, because you've gone, I want to be a boss pundit. I don't want to try and be a jack of all trades. Wazza, with the greatest respect, next, you've tried to be a manager. Ferdinand, I'll listen to. If you've tried to be a manager, failed, and then it's trying to be a pundit now, you're not for me, because I'm going to go, if you know so much, why don't you do it there then?
I know what you mean,
if you've had success as a manager and then you've come out, I'll have a listen to you. But when you've done nothing but fail as a manager, I can't listen to you break the game down.
But still, you're saying that as from like an ex-pro, ex-manager's point of view. From a pundit's point of view, I want to listen to people like Wayne Rooney talk about footy, because it's Wayne Rooney, one of arguably the best English player of all time. There's some, not saying no marks, but there's some real like low-end footballers who were coming on talking about footy.
Okay, hear me out here. Love what you're saying here. There's a nice chain of thought. Okay, so you've got builders on the building site, right? Then you've got the architects and you've got the site managers and that. So he's a boss builder, no doubt about it. One of the best builders ever. Fucking want to see him knock a wall up or do a fucking bit of plaster. He's a boss builder, right? But once you cross over into management and coaching, you're now in the foreman and architect stage. So you go, right lad, you've been a boss builder, we're going to let you do that and be a foreman and an architect. All right, what's fucking 3 buildings out of 3 have fell down. Sorry mate, you just keep putting the walls back up. Stop now telling a master builder in Arnie Slot what fucking architecture he should be doing, lad, because 3 buildings out of 3 of yours have fell down and caused catastrophic damage to the fucking clubs where you built them. So shoot with the politely as you can, you're a boss bricky. And if we're talking about being in goal or scoring goals and we go, hey, what do you think? Give us your opinion, no doubt, but don't be telling me and telling everybody else in world footy where everyone else has gone wrong. Now, with the greatest respect to me, I haven't done it on a scale he has, but Fleetwood nearly got in the Championship and Bristol Rovers got promoted. Showed you my buildings can stand and get promoted. Wayne Rooney, Gary Neville, Alan Shearer, as of yet, you haven't. So either keep your fucking nose out and talk specifically about your position, but don't be talking about bigger ecosystems and bigger tactical plans and movements, because you don't have the skill set to describe that adequately based on the fact that you've got 100% success rate of failure. You failed 3 times out of 3.
Yeah, okay.
Experts talking about
the analogy
being experts of stuff they're not experts at.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
The analogy's right, but still, you're still getting a lot of low-end, not mediocre ex-players trying to be architects, so to speak. And I'd much rather still have Wayne Rooney, who has failed 3 times, telling me about how to build.
Now, I respect him for having a go, but I also am like, Wayne, you were a good player, right? I know you've got to get the clicks and all that, and it's mega competitive in that podcast space. I get it. But also, have a bit of decorum, like have a bit of a timeout. At least give us 12 months to forget you were at Plymouth and forget you were at Birmingham and Derby. At least give us 12, and Washington. I actually forgot about them, but you haven't given us enough time to forget. You're back on the telly going, hey, Arnie Slot, what the fuck's he doing? And you're going, hang on a sec, and he just won the league last year.
Yeah.
While you were getting Plymouth relegated from the division below. What are you on about?
Again, not in his defence. It's like Arnie Slot, yeah, he won the league last year with a specific set of tools and a specific tactic. And then he goes into this new year and he completely ripped up the blueprint, won the league. And now he's got a new tactic with different sets of tools, and it's just not worked.
Well, you've lotto out of it, haven't you? You've tried to buy the game. You've tried to conquer the game, as all giants try to do. You've tried to monopolise corner the market. And it looks at this moment in time to have slightly backfired on you, because, as I said to you earlier, I don't think, as good as you think McAllister and Gravenberch are, they can't play in it too. You need another midfielder in there. They don't have the legs and energy. You're vulnerable if that's a central corridor. As good as Virgil is, and you're seeing, because the other pillar alongside of him is got cracks in it, if not crumbled.
Yeah, the problem...
That was why you were trying to get Gay.
Well, it is. That was 100% why we're trying to get Gay.
So let's pull it away from who's got the right to talk about our footy, and also some people, even though they've been top players, let's be honest, the cheeky bastards on the telly, they are. You're like, hang on a sec, fucking calm down, you, talking about them. Anyway, well, Alisson looked like he's going to be out.
Alisson for 2 months.
So that means the Georgian keeper Madarashvili is in.
We think he had cramp. He's only trained today.
Okay.
So he'll be fine. He'll
Madarashvili is
Madarashvili.
But so what are you starting Isaac?
I'm starting Isaac, yeah. I think looking at, but again, what Slot this season, I'm gonna critique him. He's square pegs and round holes, and you bang on what you're saying with the 2. Liverpool can get away with not having a natural 6.
I don't mind this. He goes the game every week. You watch Liverpool week in, week out. Rooney's just superficially passing over teams. Liverpool
could get away with not having a natural 6 when we had 3 box-to-box midfielders in there. So we had 3. So
he's never replaced Fabinho.
We never replaced Fabinho. That's a big issue. The only player we've got is Bayetic, who's not fit. He's a natural 6, and he's a good player.
That's not good enough for world domination. That midfield. So now don't care what you say.
If you look at Wirtz, just look at Wirtz's heat maps where he's been playing.
So I think he's get murdered again by Chelsea. Because Saicedo, Enzo, I think their midfield, Cole Palmer's
injured.
All right, whoever they put in there, they've got legs and energy. They'll play 3 in there.
Yeah.
Because Maresca adjusts to find a weakness in the opposition. And I think he's going to get overloaded in midfield again. Unless he bites the bullet. Now, you've signed Wirtz. How'd you drop Wirtz? Because it seems like Wirtz needs a bit of a timeout.
I think he might get dropped for the weekend.
I think he might get dropped the weekend.
I think he'll get dropped for Saturday.
So do you think he'll put a Curtis Jones in there to try and bolster the midfield?
McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai in midfield.
I think he'll play Curtis Jones instead of McAllister.
I think you might end up with Szoboszlai at right back here.
No,
Conor Bradley
got right back.
Do you reckon, yeah?
To put Dom in the midfield.
We've put Frimpong.
So who plays right centre half? Kanate again? Does he stay with Kanate?
Who else have we got? We haven't got no one.
Joe Gomez.
He's not playing. Gomez is half broke.
No, I know. It's Kanate and Verge.
To fit, this is mad.
And Salah's down the tools, and he's not the same player. As soon as you fill the belly,
to fit Verge into our system, we've either got to do 2 things. We've either go to what Leverkusen did with the back 3, and then you give Kerkez and Frimpong that width. But then you drop Salah. You give Kerkez and Frimpong that.
You can't drop Salah. He's on £900,000 a week.
Listen, so you give Kerkez.
Can't drop Mo Salah, lad.
But Frimpong and Salah,
he's undroppable.
Frimpong and Salah are taking up the similar positions on the pitch.
He's out my fancy football this week.
Yeah, Salah. I've talked about mine. I've put Haaland in. He's
too expensive, and Haaland's on it, isn't he?
I've put Haaland in mine.
All right, so
I reckon a draw.
I'm going to go. I think Liverpool I'm going to go over 2.5 in the game, but I think Liverpool could lose that game easily. I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going to go with the over 2.5 in that game. I just think there'll be goals both teams, especially with Alisson being out. He saved about 6 goals in the last 3 games.
Yeah, the problem is, I think Galatasaray had conceded at home in the Champions League like 26 games or something. We turned up and fucking couldn't hit a cow's ass to banjo.
Yeah, I couldn't call the result. It's too volatile because Chelsea are up and down.
Yeah, no,
so I'm going to go over 2.5 in that.
I've gone both teams to score in my bet for that.
All right, the other side of Merseyside, we've got a chance, I think, for Everton to get points on the board. I know Palace are undefeated in 18. I know, but they've just had a European night last night.
I see a draw again.
I'm thinking Everton could catch them and be a bit fresh here. I'm saying that more in hope than expectation. And I did get offered tickets for the game, and I'm umming and ahhing whether to go or not. I'm like, I just don't know whether I can put myself through it, lads. It's fucking hard work.
If you go, well, it's sober
October. That could be 0-0 easy, that game, without fucking,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you go in, you're going to want a bevy after it, because it's sort
of... Well, I'm
so
doing sober October,
exactly,
so do you know what I mean?
Stay away from there, lad.
Yeah, I'm
for your own good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to swerve if I'm trying to get through sober October, and that's enough. Watching Everton is enough to drive you to the booze.
You don't have to. I go to match every week and dump bevy.
No, we're just saying how shit Everton are, though.
I know, but that's because you can enjoy it and have a boss sing song and it's good. You're like, fucking hell, can't watch any more of this. Not Forest, I think, lose to Newcastle at St James's, so I'm going to put Newcastle in for a win.
Yeah, I think
so I've got over 2.5 in Liverpool game. Not Forest to get beat by Newcastle. Arsenal, I do fancy, although I'm not going to touch them because even if they win it, Arteta, I don't know whether you've seen this, the week, lads. The new one. He's got a new one.
What's his new one now?
He's brought in an RAF pilot.
No, he's not.
To work with the team to help with communication skills, I
hadn't seen any
so I was like, Roger, over. Sierra Oscar, Foxtrot, over. It's like, hey, who's picking him up at a corner? You on about? You fucking stupid Lego head. You on about? He's Foxtrot over. Who Foxtrot over him? You Foxtrot over. Fucking knobhead.
He's in the
lad,
fucking...
what's wrong with him?
Wingbacks and jets.
So we had the phone call a week ago where he's saying everyone from around the world's phone say, hey, fucking boss draw that, one of the best draws I've ever seen. CEOs, what a draw.
CEO's been phoning me saying
and then you brought in an RAF fella who flies aeroplanes and fighter jets. What's that got to do with defending corners and why free kicks? You fucking marshmallow-headed swat, you.
Is he on the Red Arrows?
I don't know, RAF pilot, he said, lad.
Yeah, well, they're ex-RAF pilots, aren't they?
Like, what? Like, he's just a gimmick.com, isn't he? And they're not going to win the league again, and you've wasted... Just get rid of him.
He is.
Stop wasting your time, Arsenal. I know you think it might get better. Go and find yourselves a top European coach. If you give Pablo Iraola the job, you'll win the league before you win the league with Mikel Arteta. He's full of shit. He is absolutely full of shit. Yeah, he's made you better, but we'd have to say you became a farce at the end of the Arsene Wenger era, and that's your own fault for being too tolerant, too woke. All right, he's turned you back into a nasty, big, strong, physical team. But no one wants to watch that in Europe. Even if he's win the European Cup doing that, you go, oh, boring Arsenal. You fit in the George Graham boring Arsenal mode. Surely you want to be what Wenger gives you a taste of, exciting, attacking, flair Arsenal, who everyone respects, who everyone talks about, the great Arsenal team.
Did bring that in for his first couple of years, and then I think he just got he's lost his mind.
He got obsessed with towels,
brought in
balls, and throwing.
You brought in
to win the league.
Fake Timu Guardiola. So you brought in again. But don't bring them in. Go and find the next Guardiola. Don't bring in Timu Guardiola and expect them to be better than the Oracle.
You're right though. Someone like, did you read about Glasner this week? I think there's rumours he's going to reject Palace's new contract.
Glasner's the perfect man for Man United. Really. If they've got because they've built a team to sit and counter. He's the only one who can do it. I wouldn't put him in as
Arsenal.
I wouldn't put him in as Arsenal's.
No,
Arsenal want a bit more. You want a bit more. I'd put Iraola in at Arsenal. Because I'm looking at managers, I'm going, do you know what? Come here, do well, and then your Spurs. Here you could see at Arsenal, the Brighton dude. Could you see him taking it on the front foot football? Man United want to be on the front foot, but I think they're going to have to learn. By the way, Glatton's come out and said, look, I don't want to play this way, which Ruben Amorim should fucking take notes of. He said, I don't want to play this way. This just best suits the players I've got at my disposal right now.
That's just
so Man United need to go and get Glasner. He's the next fucking, because he's saying, you know what, I'll adjust to the court. Well, they've gone for, say what, let's skip that experience and let's go for someone who's cooler, who's got greasier hair, who looks the man who's wearing fucking do one. But get yourself back to Portugal and lick your wounds, you little arrogant swat. You're not the special one, Mark II. You're just a little turnip out of Portugal who fought you with the man and still thinks you can play 4-3-3. And if fucking Sunderland finger blast you Saturday, you're a goner. It's the end of the road for you. And I fucking told you all the Man U fans, Rio, he's the man and all that. I told you, remember where you heard it first? Here. Russell nonsense, here. Ange post-match nonsense, positive,
not got a clue.
Here.
Right.
Who else are we on?
Brentford City.
He's done better than expected, Keith Andrews. I have to give him that, Keith.
I can see Brentford scoring there, but I think City are going to do it.
Tough game for City,
Brentford.
Brentford.
It's a very tough game away. But
I think City at the minute.
I think 3-1.
Albeit, a couple of little moments in the Monaco game. They played some good stuff in there, and Arden looked really in the slot, but there's a couple of players in that team doing mad stuff for me. And now, I don't think they'll play in this game. I think he'll go back to his strongest group.
Yeah, okay.
And there was an interesting interview with Doku this week, Jeremy Doku, about how hard it is to make it and the struggles he's had. And all that.
He was shit to bed last season for me, and he's come on.
I'll have to try and find you the clip, and we can clip it up. But he's a really good interview for young aspiring footballers out there about the highs and lows and the way his brain's felt. And he must have been an incredibly talented boy, and even how close to the not making it mindset he got in periods in his career. So it's good for all those young players out there. I fancy City to win there.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Burnley.
I fancy Villa at home, I think they might have
good
turned
result
the corner,
last night.
I think they might have turned the corner.
Yeah, Burnley need to get some points on the board. I could easily see a draw there. I could see Burnley going and getting something there. Scott will set them up to be difficult to beat.
I can see draws, Leeds, Tottenham. I can see draws knocking about,
I really fancy Brighton to beat Wolves at Wolves. I know Wolves have had a couple of decent results recently, drawing at Spurs and beating Everton in the cup, but I think Brighton are one of those teams coming off the back of an international of a European break, and then going into after winning against Chelsea, going into another away fixture. Nice big massive pitch at Molineux. Yeah, wide pitch. It suits a footballing team. I fancy Brighton's midfield to get on top there, and obviously the speed in wide areas in Minter and Matoma, I think will cause Wolves problems, and I fancy Brighton. I'm going to put Brighton in as an away win.
I think Leeds, Tottenham, Ellen Road's becoming a bit of a fortress, isn't it? I just think I think that's a
tough game. If them crowd get behind you there, it's a tough game, mate. Tough game.
I wouldn't touch it because if Leeds score first, Tottenham might struggle.
Yeah, I'm not touching it, so I'm going to stay away from that. So that's me for the Prem. That's what I'm thinking. So I've got Chelsea over 2.5 goals. I've got Newcastle to win, home win, and I've got Brighton away win. In the Prem.
In the Prem.
They're the three I'm going to pick out. What bet I'll put them in, I'll explain to you.
I've done both teams to score.
You've gone down a ChatGPT route as well, haven't you? You just haven't used Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger's.
No, I've just asked ChatGPT about the statistics on both teams.
It was telling me Mbappe play for Paris Saint-Germain.
It lies.
So you have to.
It lies.
You know, make sure your prompts are right.
It lies. So
I have to inform it all the time.
It said to me the Chelsea-Liverpool game is a 65 to 70% chance both teams will score. Also Brentford City, both the high chance of both teams to score. But it also said in the champ, Wrexham, Norwich, Southampton and QPR are the best bets for both teams to score, with 83% of their games have seen both teams to score.
Well, I said to you about Wrexham, I've had them in there, either been brilliant or terrible, depending on which way I've bet. They obviously do exactly the opposite of what I want them to do.
But both teams to score bet?
Yeah, Southampton have conceded loads and obviously scored a few goals themselves. The game I've focused on in the Championship is Chef Wedder home to Coventry. Obviously Coventry, Lampard's got them going well again. Just off the back and beating Millwall during the week 4-0. Chef Wed, you've seen, it must rub salt in the wounds. As bad as Rangers have been under Russell nonsense. Gassimer scores his 5th goal last night, and obviously Sheffield Wednesday had to let him out the building for nothing because of the chaos going on in the off structure, the off the field stuff with wages there.
Not getting paid again, are they?
It's a tricky one for me because I'm going to put 3 aways.
Coventry,
treble, obviously Brighton being one of them. Coventry's going to be my next one.
I know who else
at Chef Wed, and that's the only one. I hate the Championship at the minute. It's a fucking tough league to call the results. It's the only game I've got in the Championship.
Yeah, you couldn't call any of them away win. I'd say Coventry. Yeah,
that's all I'm going for. I'm just trying to get a bit of value in my coupon. I'm going to do 4 aways across the European thing, and I'm going to do obviously me over 2.5 bet.
So are you dipping into Europe this week?
Yeah, I've got a few European teams. It's the only place I can find value this weekend. There's some good games on in Europe.
Away, you'd have Bayern Munich in your aways.
All right, so in League One, I think Bolton have been good at home under Steve Schumacher to beat Peterborough, who've been really up and down this year. I think they're in a weak cycle. Darren McAntney, Darren Ferguson. I think they've sold too many of the prospects, and they're struggling. There'll always be goals in the game, and Bolton haven't been fantastic this year. But I think Schumacher, if they want to get a sniff of promotion, they've got to beat Peterborough. So I'm going to back
Bolton to beat Peterborough.
Bolton to beat Peterborough. And the other game that really excites me in League One is Huddersfield, who I've backed a couple of times this year against Stockport County. ChatGPT's we've had a good back and forth over it, and it keeps putting Stockport in me aways.
2-1.
I know it's a good price, but also it's saying to me, if I'm going to have it in a treble, make sure to do it Stockport, draw, no bet. So that changes the odds to leverage the odds a little bit.
Yeah, okay, that gives it a bit more. Don't you fancy Lincoln to beat Exeter now?
No, that's the only ones I've got in League One. There's some other tight games. Again, I'm having, as I say, a bit of a change of tactics here by using artificial intelligence to help me select some picks. League Two, I like the top three in League Two, so I've backed MK Dons a lot this year.
Yeah.
And they've been shit. But Gillingham, Gareth Ainsworth, just coming off the back of a bit of a heart bypass there, Gareth, so wish him well. Wild thing down at Gillingham, they're going well. They take MK on, so I'm going to put over 2.5 in that game. So that's my second team in me over 2.5, along with Chelsea, Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then I've got Newport against Swindon. Swindon under Ian Holloway, who are my tips to get to win the league this year. No, I'm going to back over 2.5 in there. Okay.
That's a big bet about Newport there.
And then the other game, I'm not going to have a bet on this game, but it's worth it from a betting perspective. Cheltenham against Fleetwood. If you want to spice up your away ones, Fleetwood to beat Cheltenham at Cheltenham would be a good little punt. I don't know what price.
6-5.
6-5 at Cheltenham. It's not an easy place to go. But they've been a soft touch this year. And Pete Wild and Fleetwood have been a little bit erratic, but there's always been goals in the game. If you want to leverage that a little bit, you could go on the goals. But I might just put them in just to pump. I might just put a little cheeky tenner on an acca there and bang Fleetwood into me Fingio to see if I can get a decent
Wouldn't you fancy
coupon this week.
Bristol Rovers away?
No, me other ones I've gone for. I'm going across Europe. I've got the Dortmund Leipzig game entices me in. I think there'll be goals in that, and I'm tempted to have a little sneaky bet on Leipzig as an away win. Dortmund have been up and down this year. Bayern go to Frankfurt away. Bayern are flying at the minute. 5-1 against Paphos. Harry Kane. I was going to say Alan Shearer. Harry Kane.
17 goals in 9 games.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's on flames at the minute, Harry. I mean, so they play Frankfurt away.
Who we said would have Liverpool this season. We could have got
which I think would be a punt. And the other one that interests me there is Borussia Mönchengladbach at home to Freiburg. Borussia Mönchengladbach at bottom of the league. Freiburg are 7th. There might be a bit of value in that for you, but again,
Freiburg are 2-1.
The other one is I think Marseille against Metz. Marseille play Metz in France.
You know. What score was
Marseille
tonight?
Did they win
4-1? 4-1 was it?
Marseille, De Zerbi's got them going well. And Paris Saint-Germain play Lille, who've both had a European commitment this week in Lille. That'll be a tough game for Paris, but I fancy Marseille. You've also got in Scotland, I think Hearts Hibs is a derby, but Hearts are going well top of the league. You'd be brave to back against Hearts there. And there's an interesting game. ChatGPT is telling me Kilmarnock against St Mirren. Kilmarnock's an AstroTurf. St Mirren are going all right, but Kilmarnock draw no bet might be an interesting little selection there on the AstroTurf for a bit of value to upset them. I don't know what price they are.
So have you got your list in front of you? Have you whole bets?
Yeah, I've got my list here. So my bets for the weekend, I'm going to go into Spain, where I'm backing Real Madrid against Villarreal.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't touch Spain, mate.
And then I'm going to back, I know I'm looking for value. And then I'm backing Bayern against Frankfurt, and I'm backing Stockport County. So I've got 3 aways there. This is one bet.
That's going to creep on bust you, Real Madrid.
I'm
calling it early.
All right, here it is. This is my ChatGPT bet.
Go through each based on individual bet.
Charlie Hunger. ChatGPT bets coming here. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Stockport County, treble.
Okay.
All right. This is my bet alongside ChatGPT.
Yeah. So this is the head and the heart one.
Leipzig to win at Dortmund. Brighton to win at Wolves.
Yeah.
Stockport to win Huddersfield. And draw in the Juve AC Milan game. Right.
I'll put all the odds up, obviously, on the screen as you're talking.
And then I've got my over 2.5 bet, which was Chelsea over 2.5. MK Gillingham over 2.5. Who else did I go there? Newport Swindon over 2.5. Treble. Yeah, Liverpool, Newport, and Swindon games. Treble. And then what was my other one there? I had Newcastle to win, Bolton to win, Marseille to win, Hearts to win. I'm looking for one more. Who am I going for? One more. And I'll go.
Pressure's on.
Real Madrid to win. I'm going big on Real Madrid there.
I think they're going to
keep on. I need them to connect though, so there's my bets. That's my bet of the weekend.
Do you want my both teams to score one?
Go on.
I'm going Chelsea at home to Liverpool, Brentford at home to City, Wrexham at home to Birmingham, Bristol City at home to QPR, Derby at home to Southampton, and Reading at home to Mansfield.
That's both teams to score?
Both teams to score, 27
Decent
to 1.
Bet, that lad.
27 to 1.
Yeah, I like it, yeah. Good bet. Was that informed by ChatGPT? You being honest there?
Some of them got ChatGPT.
So I've told you where my full ChatGPTs are, where they are ChatGPT and where my own is. All right. We'll find out which strategy works. But mine on my own definitely didn't.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't.
Sign everything.
We're trying everything. But next week we'll be enlisting the help of the Pope in terms of seeking out a fuzzy coupon. See if he can give us some advice using the Ark of the Covenant or using some holy relics.
We're going to get a Ouija board next week.
The Labubu one. We haven't quite delved into the Holy Bible there, but we're hoping the Lord will give us at least not blow our coupon up after 15 minutes with the goalie running out and 2 foot and an outfield player.
So do you want to have a little comment on the England squad or not?
Yeah, well that's us done for the. There is some stuff in the conference this week. There's a big game at the top of the conference. Robbie Nonsense Savage
Lily
is playing against Rochdale, so I think it's 1-2 or 1-3 in the top of the conference this weekend. It'll be interesting to see how that falls out. And I think if Mark Sparky Hughes doesn't start winning at Carlisle, he's about to get his head put on the block. They've been really poor for the resources available to them. But I'm not betting on the conference this week.
I know it's not going to happen, but imagine like Carlisle pot him and then he phone you and say, do you want to take his job?
No, I'm off the table at the minute. I'm doing the Lord's work. When I finish doing the Lord's work, I shall get back to football. But at this moment in time, we have bigger societal issues to solve.
There's some 3 o'clock kickoffs that Arsenal and United are both 3 o'clock kickoffs. So
I'm going to go and watch. There's a massive derby taking place tomorrow between Vulcan and Parklands. I'm here in the Ultra, so I'm going to have to go down there.
I've heard it's naughty, but hopefully the game stays on.
So, and then after that, he's going to go back to boozing and on the ale?
I'm on sober October.
I'm on the ale tomorrow, to be fair.
He's
lasted 3 days.
No, and then I'm off the ale after that. The few of the footy lads are going to have a bevy, we've said so.
Sober October, so I've got know what I'm doing.
I've just had a text off my mum then saying that have you sold them tickets?
I'm trying to do 50k or 100k running as well.
Joseph's refusing tickets to go and watch the Mighty Blues.
So I'm refusing it. It's got a meal attached to it and it's got drink attached to it, and I'm not drinking. If I was having a bevy, I'd more than happily take it up.
You don't have to have a bevy.
No, you do if you're spending that on tickets.
You don't. I spend
that. I've been trying to get at least some of that recouped in last year.
You get a 3-course meal, lad.
No, lad. And listen, also, I don't want to be in a bad mood on Sunday.
I've got things to do. I've got them tickets all the time, so you want them.
Nice, but also at this moment in time, as long as that fella called Bebeto is playing up front for us, lad, I'm going to hold fire on that. And as long as I'm on the sober October, I'm going to hold fire on it. But I do appreciate you asking me, and I'm hoping wrong. I hope it ends up 15-6 to Everton, but I just can't see it based on.
I reckon we take Joe the match Stanfield on weekend.
England squad. Who are England playing? Let's just finish up on England before we get into it.
Like Lithuania, is it or something?
Probably playing someone else. Probably Andorra again.
So was there any shocks in the selection?
Adam Wharton not making it.
He's not been in the squad though, has
I know,
he,
but I mean he's been that good.
Yeah, he's been decent, yeah.
So I don't. That was a shock for me. I thought
over Henderson, but Henderson, you'd have to say Henderson's done well for
Wales. It's Wales and Latvia.
He's not done better than Adam
Wales and Latvia.
Phil Foden,
Loftus-Cheek's in again.
Phil Foden a little bit too soon, maybe.
At the end of the day, it's much of a muchness, isn't it? I mean, you'll be disappointed if you're any of them.
When I look at that on paper, I think that is shit.
Yeah, so do I.
with that, I don't think that squad's capable of winning the World Cup.
Oh
No.
my God.
Not a
But
I
chance.
don't think it gets to the semis.
But you see, John
But
Stones...
it'll be 4-1, 5-1, 6-1 in the bookies before when the tournament starts.
John Stones has only just come back playing for City, hasn't he? Because he's been injured. And now he's back in the squad.
Look at that defence.
I'm trying to be as patriotic as I can here. We're talking on the other show about F1 nationalism. And I'm like, does anyone actually get excited when an England squad's named anymore?
No.
Does anyone actually care that much anymore?
There's no superstars in there.
But
No,
is that...
Harry Kane.
Can that be a good thing? I don't know.
No.
I think it could be.
I just look at the goalies there
Tell
and the
me a World Cup
defenders.
team that's had it.
I'm looking at the goalies and the defenders,
You're
and I
right.
go, we can't win a World Cup.
No, you can't.
That defence, the whole team is
Fullback.
underwhelming.
I mean,
it's underwhelming.
we've got some decent options going forward, but
That midfield doesn't
like, you think
scream.
Jude Bellingham,
Why
Phil
isn't-
Foden.
Why is Bellingham in it? He's been injured,
He
hasn't
still
he?
can't come back from injury, I think.
Yeah, I
he's
think
been
he's
playing
been-
for Madrid though.
Wharton,
But
Bellingham,
Foden,
Foden out. Yeah.
Like Foden and Bellingham, you'd think in your head are the two best English players.
I'd say that, yeah.
With
But it
Harry Kane,
it
and
doesn't
they're both
matter who he
playing in the
picks
squad.
here. I mean, if you went to the World Cup with that squad, you wouldn't be optimistic. I mean,
Fucking
look,
hell.
this is about
And
winning the
we've
game
had
at hand. This is about knocking Wales over, let's be
But
honest. I know they've done better under Bellamy.
That might not be a good
But
bad
still
game to
Wales.
watch that, though, to be fair.
Wales are not a bad outfit.
Lad,
They'll
if
be
England
okay
were
to
on in our
watch.
back garden, honestly, I'd struggle to open the curtains and watch them. They fucking bore a glass eye to sleep, let's be honest. They're crap to watch. They're boring to watch.
So
Like, no one gets excited. When England are playing, you go and fucking get back to the proper fixtures. Get
Next-
back to the full fixture list.
A week today is England-Wales, 7:45.
And then they play Latvia in a qualifier during the week. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not... you want to see the best play each other. Like, it's with the greatest respect, the
It's a
England-Wales game you'll watch.
Yeah, because it's a battle of Britain.
But like, at Latvia, you're like, who cares?
Yeah.
It sounds horrible, that, but who cares? We want to see England-Brazil or England. You want to see proper
I know.
games. You don't want to see England against fucking Andorra, ski resort workers. Like, not for us. Okay, that'll do us. We've wrapped it up. As I say, may the Lord go with you this weekend.
Peace
May
be
you
with
bring a bit of spice to your footy coupon and couple of last minute goals or a couple of last minute results go your way. That's been the Full English with me and Cambo. See you soon.